This is a production of West Virginia Public Broadcasting.
Welcome Inside Appalachia. I'm Mason Adams. For more than 20 years, Inside Appalachia has reported news and stories for West Virginia Public Broadcasting. We talk about Appalachian resourcefulness and resilience, but we don't shy away from serious issues like poverty, healthcare, and the environment. As best we can, we try to be a window into Appalachia, especially through our Folkways project. Our Folkways project helps Inside Appalachia reach out farther into communities throughout the region. Folkways Reporters introduce us to people sharing knowledge and tradition. We get to know the diverse cultures of Appalachia. A lot of folks in Appalachia grew up with cane chairs in the house. You know the kind, wooden frame with a woven seat. Maybe your parents or grandparents had a set in the kitchen. You don't see the old cane chairs as much as you used to. Over time, the cane breaks down and has to be replaced. But few people know what to do, how to replace it. So a lot of those old chairs get thrown away, but they don't have to be. At a workshop in Wheeling, West Virginia, Clara Hazlett introduces us to a community of skilled workers who repair the chairs. They show us that not everything that looks broken has to be thrown out.
A lot of it is touch, but a lot of it is like my face is like right there in the chair.
I kind of do it by memory. You almost can feel if it's right.
When I first started, my golly, I depended on my nails and my fingertips so much to feel for the cane and to feel how it goes under, over, under. Under, over, under, over.
There you go. Here's a cloth.
Okay, thank you.
I was diagnosed with uveitis in 2020, but the uveitis, it's an inflammatory disease. And in the process of getting treatment, I ended up going totally blind for 10 months. Say a little prayer, because I like my fingers. With my disease, I never know if I'm going to wake up with vision or not. No, I can't see this, so I got to ask Pat. Knock, knock. Who's there? Hi. Today I have floaters and flashes, and it's a little bit cloudy, almost as if you're looking through a lava lamp.
I'm totally blind in my left eye and less than 2200 in my right. When I split my eye on the corner of my side table on my bed in 2012, and when they sewed it up, the scar goes right down the center of my vision. And so I have zero straight lines. Every straight line is curved. So it's more of a distortion than it is, blindness. So it's a definite impairment.
I have no vision in my left eye. I have to work with a magnifying glass for certain things. I've done a lot of chairs. After a while, it's like second nature. Your fingers kind of are on automatic.
Seeing Hand, it's a nonprofit. They offer transportation services, support groups, the fire extinguishers, the chairs, the mops, the brooms. It all makes sure we have a job. It's job security. I kind of forgot about this place until my mother had reminded me that my grandfather was here. He had went blind all of a sudden in his early 30s, which is when I went blind. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of us that do the chairs.
This is a chair that's probably 100 years old.
When I used to do trash, you would see a lot of hand cane chairs in the trash. And the frame would be perfect, but it'd just be the hand cane broke. And now that I work here, I'm like, man, they had no idea we existed. They had no idea for $100 you could bring your chair down here and it'd be brand new. And you could have a 100, 200, 300, 400-year-old chair sitting in the corner of your dining room. Some of them are stamped, Italy or Germany, and some of them are stamped like Indiana or New York, and you wonder, how did this even come about? You know what I mean? I don't know, my brain can go on forever, and it's just a chair, for gosh sakes. I mean, I won't lie though, I curse it some days. I curse it a lot. Like this chair, the one I'm working on now. Yeah, there's a few good stories with that one.
This has been my hardest chair.
Mm-hmm. You take your time with it.
Trust me, I have taken my time with it. A lot of the time you talk to the chair. If it's not going very easy, you don't say very nice things. Once you get going, though, it's pretty cool.
When I first started working here, I was depressed. I gained a lot of weight. I was on a lot of meds. I was up and down, back and forth. Some days I'd come here and just cry, like, should have even came. And then you meet these people and you hear all their stories and you see what they've had to overcome and that they smile and they laugh every day. It got me out of my funk. It brought my confidence back.
Before this job, my activities outside of the house were 45 minutes at the grocery store. Basically was stuck in the house for, 10 years.
Most people have really no idea what certain things can do to you when you're vision impaired. And it's nice to have people, if you explain to them, they know what you mean. They all have a good sense of humor, so that's good. So we laugh a lot, and that kind of helps us, I think.
What is this shape? What shape? This. I love you.
And they're like brothers and sisters. It looks like a barn.
Oh my golly sauce. So this place is so much more than just, paycheck.
This is my second home. Let's put it like that.
Hang around with kids for very long at all, and you'll see that some playground games never go out of style. They still play tag, hide and seek, and duck, duck, goose. As Zack Harold shows us, kids at one elementary school in Boone County, West Virginia, still get excited about a game that's over 100 years old.
All right, heads up, listen. We have a donation of buckets over here, all kinds of good ones. So if you're bowling today, if you forget your marbles, borrow a shooter from some friend, and over there you can win a lot of free ones today.
My name is Jerry Halstead. I'm a PE teacher in Boone County for 34 years. First year, being a young PE teacher, we don't have nothing to go by. We have to make our own units, what we need. Well, I was wanting to introduce old school, recess, 1930 type deal. Everybody knew my Uncle Ray was the man of marbles, and he taught me how to play. There was no internet then, so he taught me everything, and we played, and then it took off. Jacks, I did jacks, and they didn't bite on that. Didn't bite on hopscotch either, but they bit on the marbles.
Got it, girl. That's in there, baby. Got one, shoot again.
Yeah, it's called Fatty Go Back or Fat Pockets. Fatty Go Back is like the whole side of a gym, and it's you can be winning 25 marbles and then in one shot, someone can hit your shooter and you lose it all. They carry marbles all year long. You walk down the hall, you hear their bags rolling. They're always trading on the playground. They got to a point where it was driving the teachers crazy.
Rainbow Bennington leg breaker, tornado shooter. I have a bumblebee. I scanned my cousin a normal toe breaker made out of real stone for it. A rocky rooster. There's 4 of these at the school. A Milky Way half point.
That's a vampire, most sought after marble in the school. You can own anything you want if you own this marble.
Antique swirly, iguana half pint, a cheetah, the only one in the school.
So these are the ones that they would never play that game with. These are the ones they trade. Now, they love playing, but it comes down to, do I have this and you don't? And that's what it's about.
5 players in a shooter, you're right. So you're good there. Bumblebee. Nemo.
Every marble starts by being a rejected piece of glass, and that's actually the edge of a stained glass window. And all these little pieces will someday not be broken pieces of glasses any longer, but actually be a marble. They're not a marble until it turns around and has traveled all 5 feet. So those marbles are approximately 2,100 degrees Fahrenheit. By the time it comes to the end of the roll, it's cool enough that it will lose its red hot color, but it's still extremely hot. So when you come over here, if we would put a piece of paper in one of those buckets, it would actually ignite it. So it takes 24 hours for these marbles to be cool enough to touch, to grade, and to go through. It is basically on-the-job training. Marble King wouldn't be here without the people that have been here for 30 years or more.
We're going to try and make sure they're exact same size. That way, when they're rolling up the roll, you have them dropping in the same buckets, or one in one bucket and the other one in the other bucket.
Now he's doing a quality control inspection, and he's picking out any marbles that might have a small mark on them or may not be quite what we want it to be. And then there's the fun stuff. There's the marbles that you play with. My dad actually formulated a process where the cat's eye is actually a true eye. When you look in ours, you'll actually see 4 different veins of glass in the interior portion that go all the way to the edges of clear. My dad, Marble King, was actually his first job as a business manager. He actually worked his way up through the company when he was 60 years old. He actually bought Marble King. A little late, but he did it. So as we are celebrating our 75th anniversary, we felt it would be a true tribute to him to do a very special cat's eye that we've never done before. Turned out beautifully, the ones that we've made so far. They're a peacock blue, and they're totally awesome. And the guys love it. They love it. They love that part of this job. We're making the different cat's eyes, trying to make unique swirls, trying to do unique things with this glass. Be a glass artist. Do what you want. Here's the stuff. Let's see what you can make. And then once it is, we as children, there are 5 of us, we often felt we were his test market. He'd bring new marbles home and say, what do you think, what do you think? And he'd watch, especially how my brothers were attracted to them by color or design, whatever. And by golly, whatever they liked the most, that's what we produced that year. A lot of times today, as opposed to it just being an in-school activity and everybody played in the playground, it's a marbles club. It's a group. It's a boys club, a girls club. They learn to play marbles. They learn to, how to play the game itself. And they learn good sportsmanship.
Hey, how many won some marbles on bowling today? Anybody win any marbles in bowling? No. Huh? Good job. Put your marbles away in your room so you won't get them out of the classroom.
You ever seen someone like Grandpa was 80 and they got a jar of marbles in the attic? Why they got them in their 80? Because they want them and they won't let them go. Even though they're 80 and they won't get rid of them. They will not get rid of them because it's trophies.
Just across the Monongalia River from Morgantown, West Virginia, is the small, unincorporated community of Osage. Generations ago, Osage was a bustling industrial town with a thriving nightlife. These days, Osage isn't quite so bustling, but the love of music still endures. Clara Hazlett introduces us to Aristotle Jones, one of the people who keeps the music in Osage playing.
I would have never thought I was going to live in Osage. I heard these stories growing up, but once I lived here and experienced it, it became much more real. We get to hang out in the middle of history here. You got Al Anderson down in the corner singing our railroad history, and I just love the cute little town that they've painted right there in the middle of it. What you see now in Osage, it's not the same as what it was, but this end of town is sparking up a lot of energy for those who want to be part of it, and I think it's those that are seeking out community that sees a future for Osage.
Yep, I have this special thing for you.
Oh, you got the tape.
Yeah, look at that handsome man there.
There he is. That's my granddad.
Yeah, we got a handsome man.
Oh yeah.
He got some good songs on there too, isn't
man.
he? Yeah.
There you go. That's him there, man. My grandfather was a gospel singer. I grew up in Huntington, West Virginia, but I lived with him 3 years before he passed away, and he would teach me all these amazing gospel songs that he used to sing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wouldn't take nothing from a journey now. I got to make it into heaven somehow. So though the devil tempt me and try to turn me around. Both my grandmother and grandfather and my dad grew up in the Scotts Run community in the coal mines here.
Got a 6-bit haircut and a 2-bit shave.
You know, the train come down through all day long, buses every 15 minutes, horses and buggies, restaurants, grocery stores. Bunny Hop was the dance hall. Everybody came to the Bunny Hop.
Saturday night in Osage, and everybody's feeling fine.
What you get out of that particular time frame was the traditions of sharing music and making music and building community around that. Your blending of raw ethnic music coming from the different populations. My grandfather, he would travel with his band throughout northern West Virginia to the segregated parts of the coal camps. Then you also had folks like Al Anderson who played like rock and soul and rock and blues.
Everybody was so poor, but everybody looked out for each other in this little town, black and white. We had 2 schools up there, but we didn't need 2 schools, you know. When the bell rings, you know, we're all back together. But when you get out of Osage, you know, then everything was different, you know. Everything's segregated. See, they didn't take blacks or foreigners. And I think that's part of where the stigma started, see.
Osage, it gained a reputation as the place where you didn't want to go. So it was like literally the other side of the tracks. And so a lot of folks from Morgantown would come over here to have fun in the bars and have fun with the music. But it wasn't viewed as something that was highbrow across the river.
There was about 300 houses on these hills here that they took off, eminent domain them. It was like a clean, get the scum off of those hills, you know.
Up there's I-79, and it crosses straight this way. You're going to end up on the at Target and Walmart. That way, that's where you end up at Triple S Harley Davidson, like the Green Turtle, Hobby Lobby. Living with my granddad really touched me because he was older, so he was telling these stories, and it made me kind of fall in love. People like my granddad had passed away. They're the only ones that know because they told their kids to move away. And so I was like, man, we got to tell this story. And that's a responsibility that I figured I don't mind taking up because it's my story too. Down at the end of the road in Osage, there is this little shoe repair shop.
find time to talk.
And I play Appalachian soul music. I call it porch picking from the other porches.
Worn down as time marched along.
I've lived in Osage since 2019. I live here and make music here. Al Anderson still makes music. I live right above the steel drum studio. When you have a place where the musical tradition is ingrained in society, then that attracts other innovative people to want to be here. Last year, we just started an Osage Gospel and Soul Community Choir.
We did say all welcome, right?
That's right. All species.
Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our trouble. He will hear our faintest cry, and he will answer by and by. Now when you give, your prayer will turn in, and you'll know your fire is burning. Have a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Yes, all right. 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 Have a little talk with Jesus makes it right.
I do feel the sense of community blossoming. Me, I get to pay a little bit of tribute to the lessons I learned from my granddad and passing that tradition that meant a lot to me to other people.
Anybody else got a song in there? Anybody got a song?
I've got a song that I'd love us to try sometime.
Here you go. Come on up here and teach it to us. Come on up here, girl.
No, I don't know it, but Oh Happy Day is a song.
Oh,
I love.
happy day. Yeah.
And then when I found out this choir was happening, I had this song in mind. I'm like, oh.
Oh, this is a great one.
So it's kind of like a bucket list thing. So that makes me happy. Oh, happy day.
We live in Morgantown.
Yeah. I love the eclectic group of people from different backgrounds and finding out where people are from and how they got here. And
It's the story of people that came from all over the world, learning how to get to know each other and live with each other and interact. And that's also why the music of West Virginia and Appalachia is so incredibly eclectic.
Call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Way down by the riverside, study wardrobe.
Go Sopranos, yeah.
Our roots run deep, and we stand tall. We are West Virginia.
I'd searched a long time for like a way to call West Virginia home. So, when I moved here, that gave me an opportunity to not only feel at home in my own skin, but to feel at home in my own state, in my own skin. Osage has been a place where folks could come from all over and find that community to start to build their own West Virginia story, their own story of what it means to be an Appalachian now.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Going to Washington, D.C.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Celebrating my birthday.
I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, in the town of Osage, I'm gonna let it shine. Yes, in the town of Osage, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, in the town of Osage, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
These stories are part of Inside Appalachia's Folkways project. Our Folkways reporters have produced more than 150 radio stories. If you'd like to hear them, check our website, wvpublic.org. And thanks for joining us as we journey throughout Appalachia.
This has been a production of West Virginia Public Broadcasting.